waiting just on one more person to ready up for Team LatinOobs so we can get this game underway. Still, like I said, and actually, here we go. We're going to be going live. All right, then.
Okay, so interestingly enough, we actually have no spitter. In this first attack, a lot of the times, right away, what you'll notice differently between public and competitive play here is that competitive teams want to go for the damage. But I'm a little curious to see how they're going to modify that since they don't have the spit. I think they might try to just get some separation and put the boom in between the two groups of two that they want to look for.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, actually. It looks as though from where they're going to be spawning, the Boomer and the Smoker are both going to come from that big room, waiting for Nick to get a little bit closer. Looks like the Boomer did want to spawn, but he's not going to be able to. They managed to block it. But now the Smoker and the Charger are both spawned up in the back. Smoker's going to get a pull into Rochelle with the Charger landing a couple punches. Boomer manages to spawn up there, too. Boomer's going to land on Rochelle. Charger's still jumping around. So there is also a jockey that's on fire. I believe he's scratching out the fire doors down below. So a little bit of damage coming out from that first attack. What do you think, Icy?
Yeah, they found a way to get the damage in. Basically, instead of what I had thought they were going to do, they just looked for a pull into punches. It worked out fairly well, I'd say, and they also got the jockey to scratch the fire doors out right away and die pretty quickly, so he should be up with their spawns.
Yeah, and then they have that witch right there actually on the stairs. Looks as though the shotgun is going to be in the hands of Nick, so Nick's going to have to go for this. Boomer's going to vomit up there, and he's actually going to get popped without the witch fully triggering. Nick is now going to shoot that witch, going to go running up through that door. It looks like he's going to go for the draw. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and then the witch actually is going to go in there and land on the pounce Nick, and then the Smoker's going to get pulled up front. The Charger managed to have a lot of distraction too, so that's a pretty good hit coming out from Team Salmon Catchers, taking advantage of that witch spawn with a bunch of stuff just kind of flying in right there.
Yeah, I thought he was just gonna go for the draw, close the door, and then just kill her as she went for the door scratch. He kind of second-guessed himself. I'm not sure what spawn he heard that made him decide not to do that, but I was like 90% sure he was just gonna handle that really quickly.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, and then when they backed up like that, the Infected did manage to find their spawns. Boomer's going to go in right now and land a nice 2-boom both onto Ellis and to Nick. Then we also have a pretty dangerous setup for the Infected. That Hunter's going to pounce through. Charger going in as well. That's going to be a 2-cap in front. Tri-cap, actually, with Ellis boomed in the back. That's a great hit coming out from Team Salmon Catchers. Ellis is going to clear the jockey first, but that Hunter and that Charger are going to get 2 full in-caps on this. And they only have 2 pills left before this attack, so that's a great amount of damage coming out before the elevator. Wow.
That's pretty smart clearing the jockey there to stop that fire damage from going out, because it's, I believe, 10 per tick. Or at least stings.
Dude. But yeah, so it looks as though Team LatinOobs are in kind of rough shape going down to the bottom of this elevator here. And they still have to deal with that tank at 91%. Probably have about 2 more hits going through before they get to that tank, and they're going to have at least 1 bleeding unless they find another set of pills along the way, which they might, but it's going to be a pretty tough situation for them, I think.
Yeah, like I said before, though, they can rest assured that they're going to at least get the majority of their distance here, and then just try to focus on good SI play.
Yeah, pretty much. And now we do have the next attack is already kind of spawned up with the Jockey, Spitter, Smoker, and a Charger. Spitter's going to free spit in there as the Charger and the Jockey both go in. Jockey got death off the first and it did land. That Charger landed and another in-cap will go off into Spit there. Smoker got a quick pull out and then he's going to get cleared. Jockey gets shut down and now we still have the Smoker just getting a couple more scratches, but that is another full down onto Nick, so it seems as though he is indeed going to be black and white as he gets back up, and he will be. So now we're going to have to see, pretty much like you said, just trying to get that kind of distance here as that tank's going to be spawning up relatively soon.
Probably in the large fire room.
Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate, but like we said before, if you're able to play that tank well, it could happen. That Hunter's going to pounce off the ceiling and land on the Rochelle. Spit goes down again, too. Jockey's going to land on a Coach. That's another 2 downs, actually. Mario is still holding a pretty nice health bonus as the rest of that attack is cleared, but unfortunately the rest of his team not in very good shape. He's going to kind of see now what they decide to do here. They might actually decide for Mario to run a good portion of this tank if they think he can get distance, but it's going to be a tough situation either way. They're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. And the tank actually is going to be coming up right now into the hands of RT. So, it's up to you, Icy. Do you think we should send this over to a war room or just keep it here?
I don't think we're going to make it over there in time at this point.
Okay, then we'll keep it here. That tank is going to just knock Mario around and then light himself on fire. Nick is also black and white. That's a pretty good call, Icy, because this tank is going to make short work of LatinOobs, unfortunately, due to the fact that they were pretty damaged pretty much all of their health gone by the time they got down here. So that will be a wipe for Team Salmon Catchers on a Team LatinOobs. LatinOobs able to get 426 distance points for that first chapter.
Yeah, they just wanted to get their extra 10, 15 points there, just in case it happened to matter later. It's unlikely, but if they feel they're not going to be able to survive through the tank anyway, then you might as well, just in case, because you will certainly be kicking yourself later if you lose by 5 points. It does happen. It's very rare with the scoring system that we have in competitive play, though.
That chopper looks like it's heading to the evac center.
Yeah, with the way in which that the changes to ProMod 3.5.3, I think we're actually at right now, that entire system is based around the survivors actually getting bonus for their health and everything like that. So for those who are watching that don't know, that system makes it extremely hard for those kind of close games to happen. Although, as we saw in a couple of the matches earlier in this tournament, it still gets into within, like, I don't know, 50 points, 100 points-ish, but the probability of a tie like that is extremely low.
On the other hand, you can also look at it like every little bit adds up. If you get 10 points on every map, that's 40 points.
Indeed, that is true.
That's almost 50.
Rules of Basic Edition do indeed apply. And the other interesting thing is that for a successful Witch Crown, the survivors can get 25 points. Unfortunately for Team LatinOobs, they weren't able to handle that Witch exactly probably as they'd wanted to. But now it's on Team LatinOobs on the infected side of things to make life tough for Team Salmon Catchers. And so for that first hit again, we're going to have a Jockey, a Charger, a Smoker, and a Boomer. We'll see what they do in terms of damage spreading, like Icy said. Jockey's trying
Looks like they may just want to wait for them to come in the side room here.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. Judging by the way they're breaking down the doors, it looks like what they're going to be doing. Also good to mention that we did not see Team Salmon Catchers on SI go for a death charge. I don't know if LatinOobs will or not, honestly. I'm not exactly sure the merits of going for one in this situation. Like Icy said before, the damage is probably more important. Attack is now going to be spawned up with a Jockey and the Smoker both spawned in. Charger and Boomer still are holding. It's going to be just a little bit of baiting here between the survivors and the special infected. RT playing as Ellis managed to get that one door closed. So now he should be able to kind of go forward and try to take the first part of this attack. Indeed, he is baiting it out. Smoker's going to miss his first pull, and Artie's going to run past that room. They know where the SI now is, but so then the pull does go out, and then Jockey's going to go in as well. Boomer lands on the coach. Nice charge going out onto RT right now, and a nice 2-boom cover in the back. This is a big attack now. Jockey's going to be taking coach forward as Artie continues to get pounded by that Charger. Nick just trying to get to him before that Jockey gets to that window, but the Jockey will actually be able to hang coach out that window as the Charger managed to get a full in cap onto RT. So that's a big attack going out right now from Team LatinOobs.
Yeah, absolutely. That's closer to what I was looking to see on the last half. Usually with that kind of setup, you have the Smoker open to try to, because the tongue is covered by that corner there, you try to open with the Smoker and then very quickly get in to cover the tongue and just get as much damage out as you can. It happened to work out very well for them there.
And now they actually have another great setup, honestly. I see a Charger, a Boomer, a Hunter, and a Smoker. That's pretty good.
Yeah, this may be a situation in which they might actually go for a death charge because it's, you know, it can just turn into a damage hit pretty easily if it doesn't quite work out. A lot of the time, like you said before on this map, you'll see that people will just go for damage hits because they know there's that tank and it's a lot more plausible to get the good damage out.
That Boomer managed to go in there and boom too. Now the survivors kind of split, and that Smoker is going to get coach pulled out, but he's actually going to hang on the window there. Charger stumbles him off, and then Charger stumbles him off and then falls, unfortunately. But that is another in-cap going out. Hunter's going to get skeeted, and his dead body is going to go flying off. I hope Kissme caught that, but that was really close.
That was pretty clever last-second bit of play by the Charger there. And just decided, well, I'm not going to get much here, I'll just stumble this guy off, I suppose.
Yeah, an Artie match.
Maybe somebody has something to play off of that with.
Yeah, I haven't seen that kind of play go in before. They are going to go in again right now, though. Spear's going to get spit in front. Tongue is going to get cut by Nick. Jockey going in the back as well. He's going to land on the Nick, but then unfortunately the Smoker takes the Jockey's target. A lot of M2s going out right now, just a little bit more scratches going out. That Charger is spawned up, though. He might try to go for a free charge here. He's going to get chipped by Rochelle as he pounds this door down, so he still might be able to land this free charge. He's going to go in, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to land it. He managed to get onto Nick, but still. A couple of interesting Chargers here to start off this second half of this first map.
Yeah, it was worth a try, I'd say.
Hey, name's Rochelle. You?
Even a 2-2 here can be fairly effective.
Yeah, because they're going to
Just
be able
with
to...
the way that the spit works with this choke point. If you spit
Exactly.
on the threshold, you can a lot of the time actually get the spit to spread all the way throughout the elevator.
Yeah, and like you said, with the boomer there, they actually might be able to get some nice stumble going on.
Alright, that's better.
Team Salmon Catcher's health is in a lot better shape than LatinOobs was, but still has been chipped down pretty well. Attack is going to go in there, Boomer's going to land on 2. Hunter and Jockey are both going to go for the same guy out front there, and they do manage to clear him, but not before the spit gets down. So there goes the rest of High Cookie's permanent health. He's actually going to go down. So that's another nice attack going out from Team LatinOobs, being pretty resilient in this first chapter. I think it's pretty much going to come down to that tank, though.
Yeah, the difference here is that even though a lot of damage has gone out, Salmon Catchers has the capability of all being fast above 40 HP here. And so they may very well opt to just try to get the tank down just to see if they can get that little extra lead.
Yeah, I think with the way in which that their health is, they are going to indeed try to fight that tank out, probably in the room up here. Team LatinOobs does have another attack up, and Smoker actually is going to get a pull there on the back. Charger's going to go in there, get a couple of fists in, but then does get shut down. Boomer's going to land 2, Hunter land on Nick for a little bit of damage. The Mads stumble him a little bit more in fire, so that's going to force another set of pills to be committed as this tank is coming up. And the tank is going to be spawning up right now into the hands of Hammer. So how about we take this over to a Team Salmon Catchers war room, see how they play it on Survivor.
Because they're going to be on top of you before you realise.
Yeah, watch those arms. Tanks, he's to the right. Yeah, he's throwing rock. He's coming in. He's coming in. He's on fire. He's after you.
Oh, these long arms.
There's a charge coming in the back.
Smoke it in.
They're just on me.
Oh, fuck. He's not that high. He's not that high. You can kill him. Mute. Just let him come to you because he's dying. He's dying. Let him come to you and don't get long armed. He'll die. He'll die. Just go forward.
Nice.
And then for Kissme's stream, we are indeed back. So that was the tank in the hands of Hammer for Team LatinOobs. And we actually had the last smoker here pulling onto Rochelle, and that will indeed be the wipe for Team LatinOobs. A great tank play there.
It's an interesting choice on the commit there to go straight in, skip the little bit of kiting at the start, and stop them from possibly going back down the hallway if they wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Ended up costing them his life, but fortunately they got a smoker up just in time to finish it out there.
Yeah, and it seems as though our early predictions were indeed correct, so it's going to be a 3-point game going into the second chapter here. And like you mentioned at the top of the cast, we are going to probably, a lot of this map is going to depend heavily on that tank spawn. Pretty much depending on where it spawns, it can be a completely different game. We're going to be seeing it at 63%. So that's going to be the, maybe before the gun shop area, yes?
63... Could very well be the case.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be like when they're going up the stairwell there, and then there's that long portion. Not sure if you guys are doing that on your respective casts right now, but yeah, you can expect it in a pretty common area, I guess, for this map here. I know we saw one of the tanks spawning in the Velvet Room versus 757 game very early, and then on a couple matches before that, we actually had it as late as this tank here. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of chances, I think, for both teams to do a lot of damage onto their opponents before they get to that tank spawn. So really, it'll be the hits beforehand leading up to this. Yeah, so right now it's up to Team Salmon Catchers to kind of continue that first round, pretty much taking it as a tie, and hopefully they try to do a lot of damage off these first few hits. And for our opening attack, we are going to be seeing a Smoker, a Jockey, a Boomer, and a Charger for Team Salmon Catchers. Looks as though LatinOobs is ready to go with both teams ready up, so we shall see it start momentarily. How do you think they should handle this first attack here, Icy?
The survivors, you mean? Well, it really depends, honestly. Going right and going straight can often work out just as well as one another, and it really depends on how the SI want to spawn in. You have to just kind of call their bluff, so to speak. Decide, like, you know, I think they're gonna probably be more set up to this side this time, so let's go this way. And most of the time you'll see teams opting to just go right. But it looks like we're actually going to see them go straight.
Yeah, they did, but that one boom managed to land, and the Charger did land for like a pound of damage. Smoker's pull is going to miss as the jockey goes forward onto Rochelle. So they are going to see a pretty fair amount of damage actually coming out from that first attack on a Team LatinOobs. And like you said, they kind of did call the Survivors bluff there. Survivors all ran out front, and they just kind of spawned in on them.
Yeah, they were possibly a little bit better set up for if they had gone right, but they were able to convert that very quickly. Everybody except the Smoker.
Mm-hmm. Looking at our percentages here, actually, the Witch is going to be after the tank, so as we said, it's up to Team LatinOobs to try to just mitigate their damage going to the tank spawn. Cody's going to get a nice kill onto that Smoker before he's able to hit, though. Hunter's going to go up and land on him, going to get easily cleared right now. The Boomer and the Charger are kind of lost there, so both those pinners went in. Boomer is going to land now onto Ellis, and just the Charger is left, so pretty effective shutdown by Team LatinOobs.
Yeah, they didn't quite get what they wanted there with the specials, so I think they decided to just drop the Boomer and get their hands on a spitter here.
Yeah,
for the Charger's sake.
Yeah, exactly, and I think they're going to probably wait until Team LatinOobs is going over that dumpster area there with a jockey, a Charger, and a spitter, and a Hunter, so it's another tri-cap with spit charge. Yep, indeed. They are all spawned up now, and as LatinOobs goes under, they're going to lead in with that jockey and then the Hunter as well. Charger's getting a nice double charge into the corner, and then the Hunter's also going to land. Jockey got killed, but that really doesn't matter for the amount of damage going out on a Team LatinOobs right now. A beautiful double charge and spit there. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that Hunter stumble actually was pretty crucial there, because the charge landed on two people, and the stumble hit the only person that was ready to clear as quickly as possible. Brought a lot more damage in.
Yeah, so that was a massive amount of damage. Now, however, Team LatinOobs is just continuing to push on through this map here. They should be able to get past a couple more chokes before the SI spawns are up. Interestingly enough, something that they added in this latest version of the config was the ability to actually go on top. Not that Salmon is going to do that. They're going to have that Boomer get killed, and the rest of the tri-cap go in here. And actually another nice double charge landing, plus a jockey, so that's still more damage going out, and actually a full in-cap onto Nick.
Yes, indeed. They're going to be hoping for some pills here.
Yeah, I mean, and like we mentioned, the tank spawn should be coming up relatively soon. Not right away, however, so I think Team Salmon Catchers is indeed going to get another hit, or maybe, yeah, it's pretty much another hit in before that tank spawn does come up. It's going to be pretty crucial here to see what happens with a jockey, a Hunter, a Smoker, and a Boomer. Hunter is spawned up. Looks like he's trying to go for a high pound. So the rest of the attack is going in. Jockey and the Smoker are both going to land momentarily, but they get M2 cleared. Then the Boomer is going to miss in the front. Pretty much that's the rest of the attack getting shut down. Jockey's going to land again onto Rochelle, getting more damage. But that should be pretty much all Salmon Catchers has before this tank spawns up. And indeed, we now are going to have that tank spawn up into the hands of Mutiny. So I think we should also take this to a Team Salmon Catchers War Room.
What are they doing? See what they're doing first. They push down.
They've got no idea where you are, by the way. I don't think.
I'll see if I can go for a lucky hit.
We got a good set, by the way. Nah, bad luck.
You want to just go? Where are you going to push them towards?
I'm pushing. Oh, it looks like they're going to be going backwards.
Okay.
So get ready. I'm going in.
Alright. Do you want to back them up fast?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Someone playing.
Behind you, man. That's white. Nice tank, man.
Ah.
I reckon we just push super hard, pressure the tank. We could get a K or two out of him.
Cool.
Alright, welcome back. That was a Team Salmon Catchers War Room for those of you on Kissme stream. And we saw a nice tank play there into the hands of Mutiny. He managed to get some nice separation there and kind of push the survivors back, so it's going to be pretty crucial now for Team LatinOobs to replicate that if they want to prevent Salmon Catchers from really getting a leg up on them.
Yeah, the tank made a very wise choice at one part in particular there. He had 3 people on one side of him and 1 person on the other side. A lot of the times you would think like, oh, this guy's by himself, I'm going to push him out further away from the team, but in that particular scenario it's more important to push the other 3 people into the SI spawns, which are on the stairs there. It's the only place where they can really get good spawns. So that's one of those cases where you actually have the tank supporting the spawns, supporting the tank, rather than just the spawns supporting the tank.
Yeah. I mean, that hittable thing, as Kissme said, I wasn't actually aware that he could hit it that far or that high. I mean, that was pretty close to being an in-cap in and of itself, so... a lot of things going on early here, and now it's up to Team LatinOobs to replicate their success of the first map. Their opening attack is going to be a Jockey, a Charger, Smoker, and a Boomer. It's going to be interesting to see what Team Salmon Catchers decides to do if they try to push out straight or go to the right again. Pretty much just clearing out the common with their SMGs right now. This is how Team LatinOobs is set up, expecting them to go to that right, because they have the Smoker kind of sitting behind a pole there. Boomer looks like he's ready to rocket in, and then the other two players are lined up pretty much farther back, as if they want to either rocket smart or just kind of drop down. Team Salmon Catchers is taking their grand old time here.
Yeah, if they decide to go straight, they're going to be pretty well off, but they're not.
Yeah, instead they're going to go in there, and that Boomer's going to get a quad boom. Charge is going to land a nice double charge here. Smoker did get shut down, but then Jockey's going to land on Rochelle, and we're going to see some replicated damage here. This is a great Jockey going out here, and the survivors are having some trouble clearing it. Jockey's still just riding around there. That's a lot of damage going out, Icy.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Jockey was a little bit late, but because everybody was boomed, it really didn't matter all that much. The Horde was still there to cover up.
Yeah, and it seems as though, I don't know how much of the ping has to exactly do with that, but it probably makes it just a little bit harder for them to clear. Got a Hunter spawned up right now, going into the back. Smoker as well. Hunter's going to get skeeted, then the Smoker is going to get a pull here out onto Nick, then the Boomer's going to jump in, actually get M2'd and shoved down, so just as we saw the last half chapter here, we're going to have another set of spawns coming up before this Charger is used for the infected team.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily more difficult to clear, it's just more difficult to prevent the cap in the first place because of the way that ping affects anything with collisions, in that case, dead stopping.
Right, so I think that's probably why we are seeing a good amount of damage going out onto both teams in the way that it is, because like you said, it's hard to shut down attacks with the high ping. The next attack spawned up in right now. Ooh, that's a nice charge actually in the front. Spit's gonna land on that as well. However, though, Team Salmon Catchers managed to dead stop both the Jockey and the Hunter on that hit.
Reloading.
For the most part, what I was trying to say is that it should be pretty much just as easy to shoot things as it would be in most other situations, as long as the server's up to snuff and the connection is good. But anything with collisions is not going to be lag compensated, which is a fairly considerable amount of the interactions in this game.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly though, with the pings the way that they are pretty equal, so we should be able to see both teams pretty much able to do what they usually do. Boomer did go out there. Hunter is going to land onto Artie for a couple ticks of damage. Charter's going to get a little bit of a stumble there, and the pull did land for a couple seconds in the back. Charter got a couple punches, so Team Salmon Catchers is indeed chipped. Maybe not to the same degree that Team LatinOobs was, but still in a completely manageable situation for our special infected team.
Ammo. Hey, jump onto that truck.
Then really it's going to come down to how they fight this tank, and where do you think they should take this tank, Icy? Survivor.
Well, there's a couple of choices because it spawns up so early. They could actually just fight it next to the building down below. But depending on what kind of plan they have for it, it might or it will be better to just put posture up on the bridge and be ready to probably kite back and try to systematically block spawns. So send one person further ahead than the next person, so that they don't all get stumbled at the same time. Yeah. We can see another attack actually coming in here right now. The Hunter hasn't been found yet. Now he's going to pounce, and actually Coach is going to get that death stop onto him. He manages to pounce away. Spitter gets killed. Boomer did land onto Nick down below. Then he actually is going to get a Jockey onto his face for a couple of seconds, but that hit has been cleared extremely effectively for Team Salmon Catchers, so we should see the tank coming up relatively soon now, and we'll see what they decide to do. I'm thinking we should probably keep it here, actually, for the duration of this tank fight. So, we're just going to see exactly what Team LatinOobs does. Trying to throw a couple curve rocks around that corner. It looks as though the survivors are actually pushing the tank here. It's interesting. I didn't actually expect them to come forward like that because they do have the danger of these spawns now. However, they managed to get the entire infected team spawned up with their tank now, so everything's going to be coming from one direction. This is dangerous for Team LatinOobs. They can just kind of run backwards. Looks like they're gonna opt to just get rid of some of the spawns.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. That rock, though, managed to land. Wow. That That rock, though, this is turning into a rock tank now. He's kind of throwing it at where the survivors are. That first rock was beautiful. They do have that smoker charger still spawned up, getting a little bit baited here by Team Salmon Catchers. That's a nice punch out. The charger tried to spawn in and actually is now stuck outside there. He's gonna jump in now, and he is gonna charge forward. That tank just took a lot of chip, though, about 3,000 damage. The curve rocks really aren't working out for them, but it's a pretty dangerous situation now. Salmon Catcher's doing a really, really good job with this. Kissme saying that rock, though, I agree with you. Another one coming in here over the head of the survivors. Tank has about 2k health left. The SMG's just doing a lot of work, and since they are spread out on this bridge, they are pretty much able to handle all those spawns, so I definitely have to say that's a good strategy there, Icy.
Yeah, that's the thing about pushing up here, is that if you get the tank to come in from the side like this rather than from the middle of the bridge, you have that much more space to walk back as long as you can deal with the spawns. And then what happens is you have the spawns coming from the ladder in the middle of the bridge instead of the tank.
Yeah,
as long as you can deal with that, which is pretty doable.
Yeah, they set the tank AI here. AI tank is going to die before he gets in. Tri-boom does go out. But now we're going to have some damage going out onto Ellis. And another boom stumble, and then a nice charge here. But the charger, unfortunately, got stuck on some common and got cleared. Ellis is going all the way back, though. Artie's going all the way back down the stairs. They managed to clear him on that second landing. But a pretty nice amount of damage going out, despite the non-wipe.
Yeah. I think it may be a wiser choice there to just send the tank from the ladder anyway, to be honest with you. The survivors still get to take that area below, but at least the specials have more of a capability to spawn near them, especially with these extra promod props they can get up on top of the gun store and such.
I think I was mentioning before, it might not be this choke here, but there was a choke a little bit beforehand where, I believe it's when they're coming out of that pill room before they have to drop down on all those common. That's actually a situation where they have more of those props added in order to add a little bit more strategy to the infected spawning. We do have a witch up right now. I can see where she is. She's actually down below, so infected are probably going to hit before the survivors get out there. Smoker has a door scratched down here. Survivors have to be a little bit careful here, though, because now she is getting aggravated. They managed to spot the witch, and for some reason she actually has gone off. She got scratched by that jockey, I think. Unfortunately for the infected team, the survivors, Salmon Catchers, have gone back down the stairs, and most of their spawns are down. They only have a jockey up right now. Which is on the jockey, I see. The witch is on the jockey, I see.
That would be why she decided to aggro then.
Oh, goodness.
If he lets her kill him, then she might either just sit down or switch aggro, but...
Where's she going?
On the other hand, they're gonna have to sacrifice the spawn if they want to do that, so... They probably could use it to just reposition her, to be honest, if they wanted to put her somewhere in particular. Like, just inside the doorway or something.
This is going to be interesting, because if it kills the jockey on the roof, won't the witch then be on the roof?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
He doesn't want to die. I think I see what they're doing here. They want to just keep attacking them with 3 spawns while they keep the witch alive. That's actually pretty clever.
This is a great strategy going on here. The survivors have finally figured out that the witch is on the roof chasing the jockey. She's going to get chipped here, but now the jockey's going to keep running around. Jockey's just kind of dancing here.
Oh, he made a mistake there, though. There's no nav area up there.
Oh, boy. That was an interesting amount, and they managed to land another attack there. So really, Team Salmon Catchers doesn't have a whole lot to work with here with just one set of pills. And another attack is going to go in. Smoker Pull is going to go on Ellis, and a Hunter will land on Rochelle. Jockey lands on Coach, and that's actually going to be another down onto Mutiny here. So, and another down onto Coach as well. They probably just downed him to pick him back up to give him more temp health, though. So, interesting situation we see right now for Team Salmon Catchers. Oh, Common hit him.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I was saying, you can actually... Oh, interesting. They're opting to get the grocery card here. This is one of my personal favorite strategies in public play. I thought Promon had actually removed that shopping cart, but I guess they brought it back.
No, they
my
actually
team used to do that all the time back in like 2010, and then they removed it.
Yeah, we have an attack going out here. The Charger and Boomer are both going to land. They're going to be able to shut down that Jockey and that Smoker, however. Believe it or not, Icy, we actually had RT from Team Salmon Catchers talking to Zen Digital as to whether or not that cart trick was legal, and he actually said it was, so that's why they're able to do it.
Well, that's what I mean. They actually just removed the cart from Promon rather than having to worry about legality issues. So if it's back, then I can only assume that that means it's legal.
Indeed, they're going to be able to get right up there onto that choke, then. That's a nice strategy, honestly. Wow, that's a little bit of cool thinking there by the survivors. However, though, they managed to split themselves with both of their teammates. Oh,
my
goodness.
idea originally. They just stole it.
Yeah, there were a couple things maybe that didn't go the way that they planned here. Mutiny is going to die from that double boom, and both of them getting capped down below. Coach is now down as well, and it's up to Artie to save his team, and the charge is going to go in, and he wasn't able to level it, so that is a wipe either way. Only 70 points going in favor of Team Salmon Catchers. That's just the way it's gone so far. Pretty tight game so far.
Indeed it is. So about that witch situation there, though, I'm not sure exactly the steps to reproduce that. I do know that she has to be at least a certain level of aggravated. You can't just set her off with an infected normally, but it's sort of a recurrence of an old bug that used to be around, like really old school in Left 4 Dead 1, where if you didn't like where your witch was, have you ever seen like a hunter pounce over a witch and get stuck in the air? It used to be that when you would do that, the witch would get really mad at you, the way that she does when a survivor gets stuck in her. Like, you know, she bumps the survivor 3 or 4 times and then switches aggro to the survivor that's in the way. She used to not have a team distinction on that, so she would just get mad at the hunter, and then she would stand up and start chasing him, and he could move again. And then the hunter would just pounce away to wherever they would want to reposition the witch, and as soon as the witch killed the hunter, she would just sit back down again. I believe, at least most of the time, it still functions mostly that way when you get the bug to happen. So if you just let her kill you, she'll usually just sit back down again. Sometimes, for whatever reason, she'll have aggro on a survivor. They shot her or lit her on fire or whatever, and she'll just switch. But generally speaking, you can use that to your advantage when it happens, if you don't mind being down the spawn, or you just want to take her really far forward if that's an option.
Yeah, we actually have a question here coming out from Team Salmon Catcher saying, do we need to be told if the witch is aggravated or not, because they lost 100 plus damage on that hit. And then Team LatinOobs saying, blame Valve, not us.
Yeah, I don't know actually what the rule is there. I don't think I've ever seen that
be the case.
I do know.
Oh, actually we have an attack going out here too as we talk about that. Smoker did land, Boomerman needs to land 1 here, Spit overshot actually, and then the hunter does get shut down, so only about 4 damage going out on that attack. Yeah, I've never seen that before until now, honestly.
I know that generally speaking, it's the burden is on the team, on the infected team when the AI tank gets stuck to make sure that the other team understands. But I haven't really seen much in the way of rules for Witch for that kind of scenario.
And some of the viewers are actually saying right now, they don't, in their opinion, it wasn't stuck, so it's playable in that sense. So that actually the witch wasn't stuck or glitched; she was just kind of running around like that.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, and then I think they actually might have even told Salmon to wait. I'm not exactly sure, but I don't know if the jockey even was conscious of what he was going right there. Like we were speculating he could put it someplace that he wanted, but I don't even know if he knew that's what was happening, to be honest.
I don't think he knew that he could do that, but I think after he had been running around for a little while, eventually they just decided, hey, let's just hit with 3 of our SI while the survivors are scared of the witch.
Yeah, so I don't think that'll be a big problem. I think it was just unfortunate for Team Salmon Catchers that some very weird witch pathing happened, and the witch decided to lock onto that jockey. But it happens. I mean, and they're being good sports about it. I'm sure if we need any clarification, we can ask the admins. Have an attack going in here right now. Smoker's gonna pull Rush off the elevator for a second. Then nice 2-cap going out momentarily with the jockey and the hunter both landing. Spit was just a little bit short to do a whole lot of damage onto Nick. So, pretty much seeing Team Salmon Catchers avoid a whole lot of damage so far to this first witch spawn. I believe she is up.
To be honest, if I had to guess as to the way that the bug works, I think it's probably that you have to be in the air in her way, the same kind of way that the old insta-kill shove glitch used to work. Multiple instances of collision happen all at once, and so the witch gets really mad right away.
Yeah,
the same way that you would instantly die to what seems like a single shove, but actually is multiple instances.
Yeah, and with that whole collision problems here and everything else we just talked about, it looks like Team Salmon Catchers decided to go past the witch, actually.
Yeah.
So, no 25 points for them. Sad
That is
day.
true. But on the other hand, it enables them to not have to worry about being low on HP for this tank at all. And in fact, when is the tank? It's probably not too far away, right?
70 something, I thought, actually. Boomer is going to drop in here and land on a Nick, just get one boom. Smoker's going to get pulled in the front there. Charger's going to go in and land on a Nick in the back, and then Jockey on Ellis in the front. Coach is going to be able to clear that pretty quickly. I believe it is like 71%?
Well, if it does spawn
75.
before the windows, then they could, in fact, take the tank where they are now and then go back down to kill the witch afterwards.
I actually think it's going to spawn like in the midst of the
Or
event, if I'm not
windows,
mistaken.
Excuse me, because they have to go downstairs for this.
Yeah, that's right. For those that don't know, this is changed quite extensively in the Pro mod configuration here. Instead of going through that regular glass window that you would in campaign or regular versus mode, you have to go through this hallway that we see the survivors in now. It makes them go up another extra escalator and also gives the infected some more spawns.
This is a campaign path as well, actually.
Oh, really?
In campaign mode, you just randomly get sent this way sometimes.
Huh. I was unaware.
Yeah,
But-
this is completely unmodified down here. It just isn't typically the way that Versus takes you because the vending machine's in the way.
Yeah, and I think the whole point of it is to force the survivors down that path to make sure they have that extra escalator to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that being said, we are going to see a pause coming out here by Team LatinOobs. They have not spawned up in the bathroom. There is a hunter who has already made noise, and God's saying, I got a single pistol. So, this is going to go pretty well. I don't know if he's low on ammo, or if he's just deciding
There's
to...
ammo in one of the side rooms, I'm sure. I think he's just saying that he can't find a melee weapon for the event.
Oh, okay. I thought he was being inventive.
I hear a hunter.
Saying they weren't, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know a whole lot of Spanish. They might be saying that they need to pass tank because somebody didn't get it. Hunter's going to get seated there after a boomer does go out into Ellis. Spit's going to overshoot and kind of block the path a little bit, but then the jockey also got cleared. So, actually a little bit of damage going out there onto RT for a couple ticks, but yeah, it's going to come down to this tank here. Common are already kind of aggravated. Now they have started the event, so it will be it'll be actually a mid-event tank, I'm pretty sure. Survivors are going to have to push up this first escalator before the infected spawns are even up. They might try to clear the second set because they know the spawns are still pretty down, but they have to be very careful because the Smoker and the Charger are both in pre-spawn mode. But they managed to actually clear it before they're able to do that. So now the Charger's going to go in there and is going to miss, but now Coach gets pulled up to that glass, but nice clear there by his teammates. Now just a Hunter and a Boomer left before that tank spawn. A pretty nice call there by the Survivors, I think, Icy.
Yeah, specials just weren't quite ready. It was close. It could have been pretty risky, but they just couldn't quite get it together in time.
Yep, and now we are going to see a tank up into the hands of Figura. And do you think we should keep it here, or do you think we should send it to a war room?
I trust your opinion. What do you think?
Ooh, I don't know. Do we want the war room for the survivor side? Do we want the war room for infected side? I think we should actually, I think we should send it over to a war room right now if Kissme doesn't mind.
Let's come back up this way then.
Dude,
no,
just
don't worry.
quickly come back, man.
I can't! I'm covered in fucking coons.
Chockers.
The horde stopped now, if that's makes it feel better.
Oh, what? How do we all get in-car? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, oh well.
Welcome back. It was a Team Salmon Catchers war room for that wipe here by Team LatinOobs. What do you think of that, Icy?
Well, I think the tank just managed to get his entry punch off of the fact that the horde was still up, and from there, it's just really difficult to finish that tank fight out if he gets his entry punch right away.
I'm already sick of this place.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not exactly clear on how long it takes for the horde to stop, but I think Salmon Catchers just barely got in position before that tank was able to push in, so a nice heads-up play there by Team LatinOobs.
Oh, it absolutely stopped, like, halfway through the attack, even. They couldn't have waited any longer than that.
Yeah. So they decided to go in there and take advantage of what Team Salmon Catchers gave them, so it paid off for them, but now their goal is going to be try not to take as much damage after that tank spawn due to the fact that it is 75% through the map. I have a mole in my garage. Help. Thank you, Kissme, for that wonderful tidbit of information.
A what now?
A mole in his garage.
A mole. Does that mean something else?
I have no idea.
Is there...
Deals my pickle.
I don't really need to know the location of your bodily moles, thank you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's saying for us to be quiet after Another wonderful comment here. First attack, 14 salmon catchers will be a hunter, a smoker, a spitter, and a jockey. We have some scary noises coming out from both the smoker and the hunter as they are spawned up behind those empty shelves back there. Spitter looks like he's going to be trying to get another spawn as the survivors come out. Rochelle is kind of ghosting around with her Uzi, trying to pick something maybe. Hunter's going to pounce in. Rochelle is actually outside now. She's going to get like hit by all three of the pinners, the jockey, the smoker, and the spitter, and the jockey, smoker, spitter, and hunter at the same time. Actually going to lose about half her health. Going to get pulled through some more spit there by that smoker, and will actually now be slow.
The two stumblers there, that could have been really something else if they let the smoker get the pull. In that instant there, I was really pretty scared for the survivors. It still turned out to be quite a bit of damage, but...
I mean, yeah, but like you said, it probably could have gone a lot worse for Team LatinOobs if they had gotten those stumbles into that spit. So, although they did manage to get the health down to about half on one of the survivors, now it's up to Team LatinOobs to kind of make some more distance before another attack goes in. Speaking of attacks, that boomer's going to get nicely popped by Figura there. Then we have that jockey. The hunter's pouncing in as well, going to get dead stopped and shut down. Jockey is going to land on a coach, however, and they have to clear him, and they manage to, and Spit's just going from behind, and that wasn't a very good attack, I don't think. So pretty much a even trade-off there, a little bit of damage for a bad attack.
Maybe we want to just try to be up for the escalator.
That too. I'm tired, I see. Are you tired?
Yeah, a little bit. Sounds like they may want to just get the witch here, but they're communicating in-game.
Oh, they are.
It sounded like they just want to get the witch right away before the spawns are up. Grab their points, move on.
Well, actually, that's pretty nice, actually, because even now, if they do wipe out that tank, they will have gained 25 of those points back, and it is quite a close game, actually, right now. Pretty much only if let's just say that Team LatinOobs wipes at the same point that Salmon Catchers did, then it's still probably, with that Witch Crown, only going to be like a, what, 50, 60 point game going into finale?
If even.
Relatively close. Kissme's still talking about his mole. We still have a smoker, a hunter, a boomer, and a charger. Oh, boomer's actually going to go in now and get a nice boom onto Ellis. Charger and smoker going for the same target. Charger does land due to that smoke, and charger does get cleared. It's going to pull on the same survivor here. Does manage to actually just avoid that with his get-up animation, so pretty nice damage spread actually going out onto Team LatinOobs so far.
Yeah, of the damage that has happened, it's not quite all been on the same person.
Yeah, because usually, oh boy, Kissme wants to know if you want to see his mole, I see.
Not particularly interested, but thanks for the offer.
Even though it's the day after Valentine's Day, come on.
That's alright.
Another attack is going in. Hunter's going to get nicely skeeted there. Coach is alone in the back here with a jockey bearing down on him. Jockey's going to go in there and get dead stopped by Ellis, actually, as that boom manages to land one. I think that was probably a sack for a better set of spawns, maybe for the second escalator.
I don't usually celebrate singles awareness day, anyway.
Okay, so that being said, Team LatinOobs is going to probably be able to push this here before the other set of spawns is up. Again, unfortunate because it's another good setup for that escalator. Unfortunately for Team Salmon Catchers, LatinOobs has already traversed that. Looks as though they're going to be taking the horde over to this side here. Maybe
they may want to try to stop the horde before they spawn the tank. I don't know how plausible it is, though.
Yeah, I don't know if it works like that.
If they could walk right up to where the tank is about to spawn and then just take that one step and run back, it might work. But I don't know if they know exactly what step that is, and it's certainly not right here.
I think actually another part of it would have been to bait out that attack, and they managed to get half of it down, but the Charger and Boomer are still both in the spawn queue for Team Salmon Catchers here. So they are going to try to get this tank up right now, and the tank is actually now going to be up in the hands of God. So it's a God tank, and Kissme, I think we should also take this over to a Salmon Catchers Worm if you don't mind, just to see what they're thinking. And...
Go.
Just let him get the incal. Very smart. You gotta stand behind him. Let's go, help him.
Nice. That's it.
Wait, just, okay, I'll come around.
Nice. Fucking mouse did a 360 when I was getting melee.
And welcome back for those of you who saw the war, listened to the War Room. We are going to have quite a close game going into the finale here, with Team Salmon Catchers leading Team LatinOobs 1372 to 1348 at the end of 3 chapters. What's your take on this game so far, Icy?
Well, we've seen actually a lot of the same things happening to both teams. Right there, we saw just another very quick entry punch alongside the common, just converting into a quick wipe. Really difficult to survive there. Really difficult even to not get entry punched.
Yeah, exactly like you said. Like, both the commits there have been pretty well assisted.
The only way you can really avoid that is to have one guy get boomed and run away from the rest of the team. That's about the only way to stop that from happening.
That man is the pride of Georgia. I would take
You'll certainly see that happen every once in a while, but
it seems as though that spawn, I believe one of the members of Team Salmon Catchers managed to mention the fact that there was an extremely, extremely short chance of wiping there due to the fact that the Boomer probably would try to avoid such a thing happening too, since he knows how crucial those common are. Now it's pretty much going to come down to this first tank here. It's a pretty, I'd say this is a pretty tough tank to survive, actually.
I hope they do that. I want to see some Scavenge.
Yeah, I would see some Scavenge too, but the way in which the game's been going right now, either both of them will wipe at the first tank, or both of them will survive, or something like that.
I think they can both make it. They just have to be careful and safe from spawn. Make sure they get it blocked as the tank's coming in, because nobody's going to want to spawn there early. Anyway, as long as you're in the way, there's no possibility of getting charged up the hallway, so...
True, and Kissme asking, do moles bite? Do they bite?
They eat dirt, I don't know, they bite dirt. Right?
Indeed, I believe they do,
Maybe just gophers.
Oh boy. All mole talk aside here, we are going to see Team Salmon Catchers just inching their way out of the safe room. Throwing up my spec hood here. We're going to see a smoker, a jockey, a boomer, and a charger for Team LatinOobs on this first hit. Boomer's going to spawn up right now, actually, and get a boom on the coach. Looks like the rest of the hit is going to wait. I'm not sure if that was a intentional sack or not. We will see. Well, not really going to matter now, because the tank is going to be up in the hands of Hammer. It
could be really hard to get a boom here unless you wait a really long time, and then you run the risk of the tank possibly dying.
True.
Boom can be very strong here, though, on the other hand. Most of the time, the bathroom navs aren't going to be cleared out, and it'll be a valid place for the common to spawn. So they'll get in very quickly, but you have to wait until the tank is already in to even get the boom in the first place, so...
Yeah, and Kissme saying that they think that he lagged out, so GG no RE. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, we are seeing some interesting stuff going on with this tank down here. If he lagged out, that means that we're probably going to have to restart the round, honestly, because if he lags out and disconnects the game, I believe the tank does go AI.
It would actually pass. That's in L4D2 1 it goes
really?
AI when that happens, though. He's stuck. That's...
The heck, I can't move. Alright then. Hammer, what you doing? Let's see. I need an adult. Kissme needs an adult mole in my room. Oh goodness. Hopefully not a mole in the war room though. Oh, there we go.
Do you need an adult mole in your room?
Ooh.
We should just move him from your garage then.
Oh. Kissme, you should take Icy's advice here.
Unless he's not an adult mole, I don't know.
Adult supervision
Maybe he's
required.
an adolescent mole.
It's okay, he's blind, I feel bad for him. We are going to keep it here for this first tank, and then we will send it over to a Salmon Catcher's War Room next tank on the next half of this chapter. So now we're going to see this tank actually start to move in there, dodging those bullets as best he can, weaving his way down. They do have the tri-cap that they want, the Charger Jockey Smoker. Tank's going to go in there and get the initial corner onto RT. Now they are kind of sending the SI in a little bit early, I think. That is going to go, and he's going to get another nice punch there. Jockey lands, Charger also lands, but the tank only has about 600 health left. He's getting beaten down by those melees. Nice double punch going out there at the end, so a good amount of damage, but no early wipe.
Yeah, you really don't want to smoke there, to be honest. It's really difficult to get anything done with that unless you want to just run in after the other caps and try to get an instant pull, which he did not go for.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't believe he was even able to land there. One interesting tidbit, though. The survivors cannot glitch out this witch, I don't believe. I believe it's... Never mind, they're going to do it anyway. Maybe not. I don't know. I believe it was mentioned that it's not good. That was frowned upon for them to glitch out the witch, but I believe we had a couple other teams do it in this round, so probably nothing coming from that.
She hasn't given up yet.
What? Yeah,
For
right.
some reason.
She's just running. Now she has.
There she goes.
With all the witch muckery that's been going on with this game, I'm not surprised. Uh-oh. Team LatinOobs is
We don't
not
have
happy
a
with
problem
that.
after we've already killed a tank.
Yeah. That might make up, though, for the interestingness that happened earlier in the game. Boomer was able to actually land onto both Ellison and Rochelle here. The rest of the tri-cap is just kind of bouncing around with the Smoker, a jockey, and the Hunter. Hunter's just kind of jumping around up top here.
Somebody says that you glitched out the witch in your match. Is that true?
I think we did. I'm trying to remember. I think both teams actually glitched out that witch.
Wow.
Yeah, Scumbag
Nice.
Rails saying that, saying not to glitch out the witch after we glitched out the witch in our match. Yeah, that's why I was saying it, because I think it was mentioned that we shouldn't, but then I think almost every team so far has glitched out that witch.
You guys.
Yeah, us guys. Not still AFK. That was a lot of charger punches actually going out there onto Nick as he was trying to fill up that gas can. But like we said, we are going to see some Scavenge play going out here. I really don't know a whole lot about Scavenge, so Icy, could you give us a general overview of what they might be trying to do?
Well, like I say, just the fact that this constant horde forces you to play a very different metagame, as well as the fact that there's no T2. Most of the time when you're playing Scavenge, you'll actually play with T2, and you'll have a lot of intentional separation. It gets really tense because of that a lot of the time.
That being said, speaking of separation, we actually have 2 survivors down below and 2 up top. That jockey managed to land for a little bit, but unfortunately Team LatinOobs wasn't actually able to land anything with that separation. The spit, however, is going to go in. That can's going to get saved by RT, so yeah, I actually sometimes forget that there are tier 2s in Scavenge.
Yeah. But the biggest thing is just that there's so much common you can't really afford to separate nearly as much. They're still going for a little bit here, but it's still not even quite the same as you would expect. Like, spawns go down and you just go to complete opposite ends of the map and try to get...
Oh my god! Why did that Smoker pull him? Because if that charge had gone off there, Coach might have been like in cap, but due to the fact the Smoker pulled him after that charger landed, he actually saved Coach there with his tongue. That's still a lot of damage going out onto Mutiny there. Then we're also gonna, yeah, I'm being messaged by people saying, you glitched the witch on our match, lol, DQ'd anyway. Talking about what's going on in this actual game, the jockey did get shut down. Smoker's still trying to look for a repull here. They're saying pretty much to delay. I'm not sure if they have any pills left at this point. I believe they have committed all their pills.
Smoker! I got it.
So yeah, they managed to get 5 of the cans in, now 6. I think they do have 1 more coming. So that will be 7 as this tank does spawn up. We will keep it here again. We're going to wait to send in that Salmon Catcher's War Room until the tank that they get next chapter, or next half chapter. Tank's going to be in the hands of Mario here as the infected are kind of jumping around. Being told that I've been reported to Zen because apparently I can't talk about glitching out witches on air. Thank you, City17, for telling me that.
I'm talking about Fight Club, man.
Reported for
terrorism.
Okay, then. So I'm just getting reported all over the place right now. Jockey Hunter Smoker, this tank.
So we got some Team Vector strats going on here, layering out the gas cans in front of them in the hallway.
Team Vector strats? Is that what this is?
It's what they always used to do at Dark Carnival 1. They'd bring all of the gas cans over from the pool. It's like 5 or 6 of them, and lay them out in a zigzag pattern, so there was no way for you to commit the tank. It was awful.
This is hilarious.
Nightmares.
This is, well, oh my god,
They
the
did
tank
that
dodged.
to us in GXL finals.
Oh, unfortunately, he wasn't able to dodge both ends, but the survivors are pretty much cornering themselves here. Nice 2-cap going out. The Hunter is going to get cleared. Smoker's actually going to be able to have his tongue broken.
Shoot the window out while the tank's standing on it. Why did I do that?
Tank landing some more punches.
He's on
but
fire. That would have been so next level, dude. Oh my goodness.
I get it, next level, because they would have dropped him down a level.
That's true. But seriously, he was standing on that window perk. I can't believe nobody thought of that. That would have been awesome. He can't just climb back up. He has to run all the way around and burn.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're right about that, and oh my god, I thought that gas can's a survivor.
Man, that would have been like the best thing he could have done in that situation, I feel like.
Double strats, hew. The charger and spit's gonna land on Archie. He's gonna get downed yet again. There's still a Smoker up here. I believe they actually managed to burn that gas can, so Not really sure that there's a whole lot Team Salmon Catchers can do at the moment. They still have two very injured survivors running around up front, and now Nick is pulled down below. It's going to be a hard clear to make, but he actually is going to get a nice clear by Coach on that SMG, so they're playing it kind of like you said as regular Scavenge, using their tier 1s very well.
Yeah, they're running out of health, so they're going to make it happen before the next tank spawns.
That's the problem, though. Jackie, the Jackie's on Rochelle, and incaps are up on a level where they can't reach. That Charger's going to go out and incap Nick, so now Coach is the only one left up, and I believe he has like 1 point of health. So it's all up to the 1 health High Cookie here. He's just going to shoot out all the gas, and he's going to jump down onto... Please tell me one of you caught that.
Shucks. Sort of.
Oh my gosh.
Did he slide off of the pipe and still take fall damage?
No, he slid off the pipe and the jockey hit him midair and popped him back up and he went crashing down.
Okay.
That was interesting. Oh boy.
Sick of looking at this guy's face.
Looks as though Team...
Intersecting velocity can be pretty interesting in this game. You can just instantly die if you're jumping and the spit hits you at the right angle, or a pipe bomb, or anything that's considered a projectile.
Exactly.
A comet, even if you drop down a hole and a comet jumps up to meet you, like they want to grab the edge of the hole, sometimes you just die.
Oh boy, here we go. Dropping down a hole. Next level strats.
Yeah, the blasted out hole of love. In Dark Carnival.
Oh god. Does that have anything
That's
to
what
do with
Ellis
the...
calls it.
Does that have anything to do with the
There's
mole?
no official name for it other than that. I don't know, is there a mole in the blasted out hole of love?
Maybe.
50%.
Maybe.
It's difficult to dig through concrete like that, but maybe a mole made the blasted out hole of love.
Oh my goodness. So we are going to take you over to a Team Salmon Catchers war room when this tank is up. Initial boom going on to Rochelle right there, just getting a long range there. They still have the Jockey, the Charger, and the Smoker for their initial hit. As we said...
Kill the Smoker!
Kill the Smoker! If you're listening right now, in some cosmic way, High Cookie, kill the Smoker before the tank commits. Doesn't look like they're going to do that, though. It looks as though they're going to try to have Team LatinOobs push out.
He got the tank.
Oh, yep, that's true. So tank is in the hands of High Cookie, and I think we should take this over to a Team Salmon Catchers war room for what could be this last tank here.
I'm going straight in.
Take. Oh,
I'm going straight in. Oh, God's dead.
dude, he's dead. Yeah.
You're gonna get a smoker or something now.
No, he was
Oh,
just
he's got a
smoker.
smoker. Oh, that's fair enough. No, good. That was a good choice. I prefer that to fucking getting stuck in the door and.
Yeah.
I'll curve up
This
this
just felt like
fence.
he gets a boom. Again. Nah, it's fine. That's good, man.
I'm
Good.
going.
Follow him in, SI. And good luck, Cookie. Beautiful.
If I don't
plan.
get
Make
full
for sure.
quad
Let's go.
punches,
Follow,
come in
follow,
and help.
follow.
Oh,
Nah, we're cleared. Behind you, you're getting smashed. Oh.
Dude, kill that tank before he's able to wipe them. That triple punch was nice at the beginning, though.
Oh, get me up.
Alright, and welcome back. That was a lot of damage going out onto Team LatinOobs from Team Salmon Catchers, but alas, Team LatinOobs does actually manage to survive here, so they need to get, what, how many cans in, exactly? I'm
Not
unsure.
that many more, but they put in a fair number. I don't know, it's probably like 9 to total. I'm not exactly sure how many were in last round. Those multi-punches though, man.
Yeah, those multis.
Ugh,
Special
3
Effect
people
actually...
bleeding.
Yeah, Special Effect actually deciding to go in right now instead. Charger's gonna get pretty shut down, but Knobs is getting pulled all the way to the back by that smoker, so I guess
Get
they
in
were
there,
trying...
witch.
Yeah,
Go
here
now.
she is. Here she is.
They're delaying for you. Put your Nikes on. Come on.
She
Probably would have
immediately...
glitched out anyway, honestly. She was getting pretty stuck there. A lot of the time she just runs over there, finds the corner, and then can't find the way back out again.
Exactly, and she manages to kind of do a couple pull-ups there, or attempt to do a couple pull-ups there, but
She was
unfortunately...
falling through the map, then.
Yeah.
Breaking the laws of physics.
Unfortunately, like a lot of things in this wonderful game of ours...
She's trying again, dude! There she is!
Oh, God.
She really wants to get down there, man.
We have the attack go in here. Actually, we have some interesting physics going on in the elevator too right now. She's still at it, or did she go away? She went away.
She's gone.
Alright, so Witch is gone, and now it's
She wanted to get under the map so she could get under the survivors and jump up and punch them in the feet.
Oh god, and they would have gone flying up in the air, and that would have been an insta-kill.
I don't know about that, but I certainly wouldn't have seen it coming.
It would have been possible. I mean, you know, kind of like how Mulberry's underground. Maybe. Next level insta-kill.
Did you just say mulberries?
Yes, I said mulberries, like, you know, mole burying itself in the ground and then coming, but never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yep.
Hey, there you go. There's your next level play with a double. Oh my gosh, that was a nice hit, and now, oh boy, that's not good. They are 2-capped up top with that Charger and the Smoker both landing. LatinOobs are gonna have to rush back up there, but that 2-cap is gonna be enough probably to get the in-cap both on Nick and Rochelle before they're able to go up there and clear it. So there's your next level play, I say. I hope you're happy.
Well, I wasn't talking about the survivors. I just meant while the tank was chasing Rochelle, there was a point where Rochelle was not on the window, and the tank was still swinging at her, and they could have just shot the glass out from under the tank, and he would have fallen.
But they still went
all the way back up.
They still took it to the next level.
Well, it's the previous level, really. It's below.
Stop it.
Anyway, another thing I would say was that I meant to touch on earlier was between this and regular Scavenge is actually a much lower burn time. It's 2.0 seconds here. It's 2.9 by default in Scavenge.
Oh, it's like a second earlier.
It's a lot less time to save cans, and you can't really afford to stack more than maybe 4 cans.
I see what you mean, but as we've been talking about this here, Team LatinOobs has managed to actually recover from that early mishap here. I'm not exactly sure how many more cans they need, but they've already gotten 360 points here. We should be seeing a tank relatively soon, however, as the next hit for Team Salmon Catchers is coming up. Previous hit, really, not a whole lot of damage went out. Kissme saying 4 or 5 more. Might be that, yeah. They need to get about 244 more points to tie the game, 245 to win. But that Spit's going to go down onto the can that they just threw down there. Spear's actually going to go over there and is going to sit on top of the other can just trying to get killed. Smoker Pole is going to go out there onto Ellis, and that's a nice 2-cap there up top. Jockey's also still running around too. Spit's actually going to go down onto that other can, so unfortunately for Team LatinOobs, all the work they just did kind of got negated. They are going to get that can in and draw a little bit closer, but like Kissme said, they probably need about 3 or 4 more from this point. Smoker's still just kind of pulling around there, and LatinOobs are out of pills, as they only have 1 set left.
Gonna have to be really sneaky if they want to try to get the cans that they need past the tank.
Oh gosh. And you know what? 2 of them are black and white too, that's the thing.
They can't really afford to fight. They're gonna have to try to go to 2nd floor together, I think, and then maybe drop back down quickly.
Yeah, Alice managed to save both those cans, however, although Coach should take an in-cap. We will keep it here for the conclusion of this game. It looks as though the tank is just going to push instantly right in. They're just trying to shove some cans into the car right now. Screw tanks. One of them just got popped, though, and then Nick threw the other can into the fire of the first can, lighting the tank. But one of
unfortunately, that was it, I think.
Yeah, because both Rochelle and Nick are...
Smoker! Oh!
Both Rochelle and Nick are both dead. This tank is still just up here. Knox is going to be running around, and he's going to get pounced. So we will see the conclusion of this game right now with Team Salmon Catchers taking the win over Team LatinOobs by a final score of 1952 to 1764. Team Salmon Catchers then, with both of these teams losing in the first round, Team Salmon Catchers will improve to a 1-1 record, while Team LatinOobs is going to unfortunately fall to an 0-2 record. However, though, as we mentioned before, it is only the 2nd round of group stages of the tournament, so it's still a long way to go for both those teams. What's your take on that game there, Icy?
Pretty close game there, very tense finale. That's usually how competitive Dead Center goes, I think.